Sweet Baby Inc. defender and former Insomniac Games associate narrative director Mary Kenney has hinted that she will be working on CD Projekt Red's upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. I wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com, and you might be familiar with Mary Kenney. She is the person who said that every lever must be pulled in order to push the LGBTQ plus agenda. We will get to this. She also made the jump from Insomniac Games to CD Projekt Red. She made that announcement, I don't know, was it last month, I want to say? She posted this here. Without further ado, it's time to announce my new job. Today was my first day as a senior writer at CD Projekt Red, best known for the Witcher series and Cyberpunk 2077. I can't wait to talk more about my project. I'm thrilled to be getting back into RPGs, and my team is talented, welcoming, and just flat out cool. Here's a new adventure. She has now posted an update hinting that she will be working on the company's Projekt Orion, which is their follow-up to Cyberpunk 2077. She wrote this on LinkedIn. My inbox remains filled with people asking for the spicy tea on my recent job change. So this post is to assure everyone there is, in fact, no tea, just a plate of vanilla wafers with pastel frosting. One, Insomniac and I didn't part on bad terms, even a little. I wasn't fired. I adore my former fellow directors on Marvel's Wolverine, and I don't intend to let any of them fall out of touch with me. A lot of my work is still in that thing. I'm rooting for that game and all of Insomniac's future projects, or Insoms, I guess. She's shortening it there. She then revealed she discussed the company's plans for Projekt Orion. She said, 2, deciding to leave Insomniac was really hard. I had a great, fast-paced 5 years there with wonderful people I adore. But when I met the team and heard the details of Projekt Orion, I couldn't stay away. It's a dream project for me as a writer-gamer. She then concluded, no tea, all cookies, just excitement, great people, and cool projects. So it looks like she is indeed going to be working on Projekt Orion, which we know is their sequel to Cyberpunk 2077. They posted this in October 2022, saying that Orion is a code name for our next Cyberpunk game, which will take the Cyberpunk franchise further and continue harnessing the potential of this dark future universe. Obviously, they have Orion there and Cyberpunk 2077 in the image. So it looks like she is going to be working on that game and has already begun working on that game. And this is a massive, massive red flag for this game because, as I said, she is a Sweet Baby Inc. defender, and she also has indicated she will do anything to push the LGBTQ plus agenda. She made those comments in a conversation with Dual Shockers in May. She was discussing a GLAAD report bemoaning the lack of LGBTQ plus characters in video games. And she said this: the GLAAD report tells us something key. Games are a way for LGBTQ people to socialize, but it also tells us something heartbreaking, that LGBTQ gamers don't feel that developers are thinking of them when they design games. There are so many LGBTQ developers, and we want what players want, to design experiences that tell the player we're here, we're important, and we belong. She then said this: we need to pull every lever we have, characters, community, support mechanics, to make it so. So I think it is very obvious that she will be doing this in Cyberpunk 2077, that this will be infected with LGBTQ plus agenda and will be courtesy of Mary Kenney. It's really hard for me to be optimistic about it. The only thing I can think of to make it where this might be a good thing, bringing on someone who thinks this, is because we did just recently have this CD Projekt Red executive admit that Cyberpunk 2077 was not dystopian enough after he made multiple visits to Californian cities, noting that those Californian cities were more dystopian than the fictional world they created for Cyberpunk 2077. So maybe they are trying to tap into Mary Kenney's dystopian worldview, where she wants to push LGBTQ plus everywhere to fill out and make their city as dystopian as possible. So it will be a future dystopia where everyone is a sodomite. And that is kind of the only thing where I see that would be maybe where they want to have her there, and kind of would be optimistic, because you're fighting in this degenerate world and maybe you're trying to reject it or something like that. Maybe that is part of of how your character plays out as you're just dealing with all of these absolute disgusting, sickening degenerates, and you have to like kind of fight back against them. And using Mary Kenney's experience within the LGBTQ plus community to allow them to kind of create that dystopian world, because they thought that California, they thought that their game wasn't dystopian enough after visiting Californian cities. I mean, you really can't make that stuff up. So that's the only way that I see it, kind of looking at it in an optimistic angle. But I think let's be honest here. This is going to be really bad news. They're going to be pushing all kinds of degeneracy with this game, and Mary Kenney is going to be doing that. She's going to be pushing the woke LGBTQ plus agenda in their Projekt Orion, their follow-up to Cyberpunk 2077. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.